The way we relate to others shows them the concept we have of ourselves. We often confuse this, don't we? And we call it love, or we believe it reflects how much we love the other person, how much we like them, how much we want to need them, but that's not the case. That is to say, when I chase too much, or rather, when I don't allow the other person to make efforts, when I don't allow, or I don't give the opportunity, I don't give enough space for that person to perhaps take the initiative and contact me first, or for that person to come and propose the plan, or ask how my day is going, or want to know about me. When I jump ahead and I'm the one who quickly takes on the responsibility for the conversation to flow, for us to meet, for something to happen, to find out what they feel, to find out how they see this. When I jump ahead, when I'm in such a hurry, many times we call it, no, it's because I really like this person, they motivate me, etc. I don't want to waste my time. I'm not here to waste my time. I know exactly what I want. We can call it 100,000 times. But what we are communicating to the other person, in the end, is that we have little confidence in what we are worth. Because when I am a person who trusts in my own worth, I am fully aware that I am worth the effort. That's how it is. And since I am worth the effort, because I know my worth and trust in my worth, I don't need to rush. I have patience. I am calm. It doesn't unsettle me. When I get very upset, it's like I'm subtly communicating to you that to some extent I perceive you as above me. So what happens when we have the feeling that a very good opportunity arises? Let's take this out of the romantic context. The same goes for selling an object. Today I come across an ad for a used car. And I say, oh my, a house. An object that I say, wow, this price, this is going to fly. I need it. I hurry. Whenever I feel that something is a very good opportunity, I hurry, right? I meet this person and wow. If I don't write to them, surely if I don't propose a plan, someone else will, right? They won't lack opportunities, of course. But I lose sight of the fact that beyond conveying that I feel it's a good opportunity, I stop conveying that I am one too. That is, this person could perceive it the other way around. It could be that person who thinks, hey, I'm going to propose the plan, because if not, I think someone else will. This person won't stay home on Saturday. If I don't propose it, surely something else will come up for them. And what is the best way to convey that to this person? That we trust in our own value. By maintaining that patience, that calmness, that yes, I am indeed capable of waiting to see what you are willing to offer me. And in my calmness, in my tranquility, in not rushing, in letting go of that need to control the situation, I am already conveying to you that I am very calm, because for me, you are not the great opportunity. Could it be an opportunity? Yes. For now, I am open to seeing if something comes out of this, and to getting to know you. Yes, but I don't go overboard. And we really need to keep this more in mind. Many times we believe that the only thing that is seen, let's say, the only thing that influences, is when we already appear desperate. That is, an excessive insistence or such. And this is not necessary, meaning very quickly we already convey to the other where we stand. Obviously, the best way for this to come out naturally, for this to flow, is for you to truly understand that. The more efforts you can put into perceiving yourself as a person who is aware that you have options, that you know your life doesn't depend on it, that the other person is not the only opportunity because new opportunities always arise for you, the better. That's why whenever we want to work on our love life, the work is always done at home. You always work on self-love. You always work on what I can do to fall more in love with myself. The more convinced I am of myself, of my qualities, of my existence, of my charisma, that others will like me, the easier it is for me to convey to others that I am confident. I trust in who I am, and when things don't go as they should, I take a step further. I trust in what I contribute and what I give. Because what makes some people, when things go wrong, just say, I'm out of here, and leave without much hesitation, without a second thought, they take a step forward and go. And others, on the other hand, either directly or indirectly, try to do everything possible to save and rectify the situation. It is nothing other than the confidence one has in who they are and what they give. When I am absolutely convinced of who I am, I love myself, I trust myself, I know what I contribute, I know I have more options. I know I'm an opportunity. Not the only one, it doesn't matter. But I am a great opportunity. When I trust in what I give, that is, I know that my company is pleasant, that my conversation is enjoyable, that I am a person who contributes with their company, that with me intimacy, when I trust in what I give, when I trust in what I have given to the other. And if things go wrong, I say, it's okay. I leave calmly because I know. And I'm not afraid of competition either. It's like I leave and say, okay, well, nothing. Hey, if you don't like it, no, not everyone likes that phrase. Not everyone likes serrano ham, right? That is to say, if you don't like what's good, your not being convinced doesn't make me doubt myself. And I leave quite convinced that it's very likely that the moment I walk away, you will start to question whether you made a mistake. But all of that comes from confidence. We need to trust more in who we are and what we offer. And in the case that today you can't, that's where you need to put in the work. The work in love, why would you put your efforts elsewhere? Putting efforts into someone else's foundation, if you have the option to put all the effort you want into your own foundation, a real change in your love life, which can be motivated by wanting to impress, or because a specific person has hurt your ego a lot, and within you arises that desire of wanting them to see you one day and say, how could I let go? It doesn't matter. Just take this as a spark of motivation. But I tell you that a real change in your love life doesn't happen outside your own ground. It always involves understanding that the benchmark is within you, and the benchmark is in the concept you have of yourself. That's how it is. Keep in mind that you also observe and see yourself all the time. You can't deceive yourself, you know who you are. And sometimes you do deceive yourself because sometimes you are underestimated. Or sometimes you look at yourself with a very critical eye. Sometimes you truly don't know how to understand your uniqueness. You don't appreciate it. But other times it's true that you don't put in the effort either. That is, you have potential, but you're not utilizing it because you don't make an effort for yourself. There are times when you have a life that doesn't fulfill you. You're not happy, and you think the best thing is, no. I want to escape, right? And escape in many ways. From Monday to Friday, I only dream of Saturday coming. Not for nothing, because there I have my drinks and the world looks different. Or no, I don't want to do the work of loving myself. I'd rather meet someone who makes me feel loved, who gives me love with their affection, so I don't have to make the effort to love myself. Not everything is shortcuts either. Stop looking for the shortcut. Really, understand that. It's not about, oh my goodness, I keep meeting people who don't value me. I'm longing to finally meet someone who will value me, who knows what they want, with whom I can do something, okay? If this happens to you very frequently, how do you relate to others? Really, analyze from the very first moment. As I said at the beginning, do you really feel very soon that you have to carry this out? That it's a task you have to develop. You get attached very quickly, right? And then it's like, no, I don't allow the other person, right? Because there's a part of me that, as we said at the beginning, feels to some extent that I'm not worth it. I don't feel like I'm the great opportunity. So I feel like I'm competing in a sea of options. And I tend to believe that if I make it easy, if I get ahead, if I propose, if I arrange, this might lead us to something perhaps too quickly. What I lack in self-confidence, I make up for in speed. No, don't do it. Don't do it really. Because what you convey is what we talked about. Work more on, from now on, truly, I will put all my efforts into myself. Why don't I feel more opportunities? What could I do to change this? Would changing something about my health, my physique, or my mind make me feel better about myself? Do I have any complex that I truly see as very critical? Would it be good for me to perhaps spend some money on? Going to therapy, talking to a professional, letting myself be helped. Really, give it some thought. Because when you have that concept of, I trust who I am and I trust what I offer, it completely changes the way you relate to others. And even in that ocean of people who today might be confused, because it's true that there are many options, and it's like, who do I know? Who do I not know? We all go a bit, let's say, with the shotgun loaded, because of course you say, my goodness. Nowadays, it's common to be able to talk to someone for 3 weeks. You take the trouble to get to know them, to be known, and suddenly this person ghosts you, disappears, or posts a picture with someone else, meaning it seems like everything is permissible. It seems like now what is in vogue is that we are all exempt from emotional responsibility, right? Here we do as we please. We do whatever we want. And so, of course, one goes with that suspicion, and it's like, my goodness, right? But even so, I invite you to stop looking for the solution outside or blaming others, because blaming others will not take you where you want to go, and truly understand that even in this ocean of overstimulated people, what do I choose? What do I take? No, I don't want to, I'm afraid. When they encounter a person, I guarantee you, who trusts in who they are and what they offer, they know how to appreciate it. Truly, 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 I guarantee it. I mean, it will never be in vain for you to understand that, precisely because everything out there is sometimes so unstable, you need to lay those foundations in yourself, and that strength in yourself to ensure that your pillar is solid. Your pillar is solid, and from there, you relate to others from that solidity. Because, of course, we all need or want to feel secure. So when I don't have control completely over myself, in the end, I seek to gain that security by controlling the situation with the other. I rush again. I have that false sense of control. I'm there, I'm influencing, this is moving, I'm handling it. No. Truly seek to create that security within yourself, and then you won't have the need to control. You will allow more free will, letting life simply guide you on who, yes, who, no, how, and from where. And without feeling that unpleasant sensation one experiences when trying to control something that ultimately cannot be controlled. It's a false sense of control, because in the end you cannot control. No matter what you want, you cannot control the situation. You can try, but you can control your own situation. That's why I say work on yourself, on being your own pillar, on having a good self-concept, on being very clear about who you are and what you offer. That's how it is. Well, I hope this video is one that encourages you to say, but what the heck? It's true. Why do I have to be at the mercy of it? Why do I have to get up in the morning? Oh, I have news about Pepito, Julita, no. What could they be doing? Why do you care? What they are doing? Maybe right now they're in the bathroom, leave that person alone. What are you going to do today? Really try. Every time you have 100,000 questions about someone who has completely, how to say it, hijacked your attention and mind, take those questions and ask them to yourself in the first person. That is to say, why might they be doing? What am I going to do today? How about it? What do I want to do today? How am I going to make the most of my time? What am I going to dedicate it to? Put more effort into what you do. Put more effort into your own field. Focus your effort there. And I tell you, whoever is focused on themselves receives, truly receives, I can guarantee it, anywhere you want, okay? So let that click for you. Stop being so concerned. Don't go out of your way for anyone. You need to start going out of your way for yourself. For you, for your needs, for the image you have of yourself, for what makes you happy. Truly put your energy there. And well, if you want, you can also occasionally put your energy into watching me. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, of course, I invite you to do so, to hit the bell, because I would love for us to see each other again. And until then, as always, I send you a big kiss.